100%. All right, but before we get to our beautiful golden tanzanite, Lynn has, oh, it's the beautiful cross and accompanying pieces.
Oh, Adam, my heart is pitter-patter right now. It's one of our other all-time top 5 favorites that we have hand selected for you, and it's all about the ruby, and it's all about one of the most magical, beautiful ruby crosses that you could possibly imagine, whether it be in person or wearing it every day or expressing your faith. But we were talking earlier, this is truly the most sought after of all gems. It's the king of all gems. And you were mentioning, Ashish, I mean, those of you who are just tuning in, this is not the norm, what we've been able to do here. It is a very, very special purchase. It may be the one purchase that you make with us here at HSN all year, but believe me, you're investing in something absolutely magical. Couple of things I want to mention. This appraised at $1,925. We are offering it here at HSN at well over 50% off at $799.90. It's brand new. There are 4 carats in total here of just the most premium, magnificent, gorgeous, when we say pigeon blood red, with a gloss of the finest quality, king of all gems in rubies alone. That is what you're receiving in Mozambique, gorgeous rubies, which we're gonna learn a lot about, and then accent it with white zircon, all in 14 karat gold, white gold or yellow gold, 18-inch necklace included, and this is also gonna qualify for VIP, which means no interest, no payments for the next 9 months when you shop with your HSN charge card, and what you wanna do is just pay off the minimum of $88.87. That's it. A month for the next 9 months, and you are investing in a true, absolute, magical, special piece. Let's talk about these Mozambique rubies and all of the folklore. It's one of, I mean, we were talking back in the Bible, correct, Ashish, that the ruby is one of the gemstones that is mentioned several times.
Several times in Bible, yes. And when you talk about rubies, when you talk about this particular gemstone, you're talking about a gemstone that has the highest perceived value in the color gemstone world. There is no other gemstone that has a better value, you know, a higher value, perceived higher value than rubies. And when you talk about these finds, when you talk about Mozambique rubies from Gemfield Mines, you're talking about the best quality that is out there. You know, when you talk about, you know, how they fluoresce in the ultraviolet lights, you know, you'll be amazed as to how they look and, you know, the kind of fluorescence you'll get on these.
And I hope that's, let me just put it down that way so you don't see. Now, this would also simulate the natural sunlight, correct?
Yes.
So
yes.
Look at just the gleam that you see and how magically, how beautifully matched each one of those gorgeous stones are. Ruby is, and we were talking about this, I mean, the stone of power, the stone of love, the stone of, oh my goodness, we can, strength.
You know, this is, when you talk about color red, it's the expression of love. It's the one that always gets the attention. When you talk about Mozambique rubies from Gemfield Mines, you're talking about the best quality which is out there. You're again talking about, you know, all these natural white zircon accents. You're talking about over 5 carats of total gemstones in this cross pendant. It's an amazing value.
Oh, for rubies, of really one of the most unique finds you were explained to me out of Mozambique in many, many years to be able to find and mine this color of ruby, correct? And know, you know, the treatment process that most rubies go through. We can tell you this is like the premium of all rubies that you're gonna find out in retail or anywhere else. And you know that because you were sight unseen.
This is the best quality you'll find out there, Len, I can promise you. You know, you will not find, and look at the value that the customers are getting. It's
tremendous.
You know, when you talk about over 5 carats, wow.
And to put this in the #1, you know, most popular motif in the world, the beautiful cross. And whether it's, I'm a collector of crosses, so instantly that's where my eyes gravitated naturally. I mean, the most powerful color, over 4 carats of rubies of this quality, so impeccably matched to one another, so consistent in that depth of red is what you're looking for. Oh, yes. This ring is coming up too, by the way, which is just fabulous. Even the finishing in the back, everything is just, it's flawless. The size of the pendant, this is not a small pendant, it's 1.5 inches in length, so you're getting like a wonderful look,
you're getting a
beautiful signature piece.
A red carpet look, you know, for that. This is an excellent, you know, excellent design, excellent. The workmanship on this piece is excellent. Superior. You know, there is superior. Everything is fine. You know, everything is precise, perfect.
And it's our July birthstone, right? As we're celebrating our birthday, you're celebrating your beautiful faith. You know, it just says so much about you and taking it to that next level. You see crosses often in different stones, but you've never seen anything like this in rubies. Okay, so with that white gold or yellow gold for you to choose from, very popular, especially for HSN